Well, you gotta understand that those things are pentakills and quadrakills rely on the people or the bots you're playing against not being competent. You
Mhm.
have, I mean, like I was only getting triple kills because I was doing everything on my own for most of the game. So I got so powerful that eventually I could just like, kill, 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 kill. And that's why I was getting triple kills. I could have gotten more than triple kills, but there's never 4 or 5 people to get me. And it was, I didn't have the necessary stuff to risk it and go for a penta. So, part of it is not completely you, but if you make a good build, you basically will level up faster than your other players, and that's how they get quadra and penta kills. Like people like Master Yi and Yasuo, who can get pentakills because their skills are designed to chain in such a way that they do major damage. Like the one thing that makes Yasuo, the reason why he can be so powerful, because his special move, his like special, only works when enemies are airborne.
Oh.
And he only naturally makes enemies airborne when he hits them with 3 of his Q move, his first move. So most of the time, he works at his best when he has other players that can make enemies airborne, and then he becomes a kill stealer because he's trying to maximize his potential. But that's why, I was like, why is Yasuo so powerful? It seems like this is ridiculous. And then I realized it's because he has to be this powerful in order to do this effectively. And then Master Yi is an assassin, so with Master Yi, and that's one thing you'll have to get to know if you end up playing with team members who are assassin players. They are kill stealers. That's how they're designed to work.
Yeah.
They're designed to lure them into the shadows and then eventually gank them. They can do it solo, but most of the time they're going to go with like a bottom or top lane person and then take them. Which, to be quite honest, I'm okay with, only because when I know I have a Master Yi with me, I know that's how they're designed. And usually I get the assist, so even though I don't get all the gold, they get that powerful, I can build however I want to build, because nothing is going to make us lose the match. So, it kind of sucks. That's why I tend to stay away from assassins, but there is a part of me that wants to get good at least one character in every class. So, same thing with Nunu. I wanted to try Nunu because he has pentakill potential. And the great thing about Nunu is, with his pentakill potential, it's literally your best chance for a pentakill is to build up his ability power with ability power items, and then walk into their base and use his special move. Because anything in range of his special move gets damage, and the closer they are to him, the more damage they take. So, when I'm only saying this because I know you like Nunu, so you'll probably play him from time to time. And these are good things to know. If you can build your Nunu in such a way that you can keep your enemies at bay while you hit every one of them with your special move, you will get a pentakill. And it's the easiest pentakill I've ever seen. It's tough, because in order to get a pentakill, you have to actually expose yourself to 5 heroes.
Yeah.
But, all you have to do is do what I do, which is build for HP, and then build for ability power. So if you build for those 2 capabilities, basically it's like Pentakill City. I've gotten a triple kill just because I showed up at the right time while other people were fighting people. I felt so horrible. They were fighting their heroes, and I just walked in the middle of it and went, special move!
Is that spirally icy thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I run from that.
So I walked into the middle of it and it was like, double kill, triple kill. I was like, fuck. I didn't mean to kill, excuse my language everyone, but I didn't mean to kill anybody. I was just trying to help them out because it does sort of suck the closest person in because of the rotation. And I was like, I'm just trying to help people not die. And thankfully they were nice about it. They were just like, nice. And I was like, phew. We had one game I played before I got on with you And we had 2 people leave, so it was 3 on 5. And the teamo that we were working with was like, hey guys, we should surrender because it's 3 on 5. We're already down like by 10 kills. We're not gonna win. And we had a Fizz. And so even though, because at first I was with Fizz, I was like, well, I've won games with 3 on 5 before, believe it or not. But anyway, so eventually I come around to his way of thinking, so he tries to surrender, and Fizz keeps saying no, and then denying that it's him. Until eventually he's just like, he actually used language that I wouldn't understand he should ever use. Just like, why are you so mean? It's like, he's not mean, he's just stating facts. You're still going to get experience points, but you're just not going to win the game. So in a game like League of Legends, where experience points and influence points can matter, why would you want to waste 20-30 minutes on a fight you're not going to win if you know you're not going to win it? Like, I understand that idea. Like, it's one thing if he was like, hey, we're not going to win, and left. That'd be something else, which I've had happen to me. I've had someone prematurely decide that we were going to lose in a PvP game, no less. And my team won. Because they stuck it out, and we won. So, all that person managed to do was lose out on experience points, and I think at least one person reported them.
I kind of report toxic people like that, but that's why I started playing, like, just custom games with friends, because I got tired of the toxic people. I didn't stick around for the nice people. I've become, like, real paranoid and grouchy in my older age.
Well, you're just more understanding or more concerned with the fact that you know that at your older age, like all of us, because I know a lot of the stuff I'm dealing with now was not that hard to deal with this stuff in my younger age, but, like, you just can't, you don't have the tolerance, you just can't handle it. But you could handle when you were 15. And combine it with the fact that you had a lot more go on to encourage that problem, and it's just like a double whammy. So you're not, it's not like you're, you know, being a wuss or anything, it's just you understand what you can do, and you're not being dumb about it. You're staying away from things that will cause problems for you. So, yeah, I mean, I wish I could have had control over what happened to me yesterday. I would have loved to be able to say, no, Collin, you're not going to be angry today because you have to get through today and then you have 2 days off. But I didn't have that choice.
Yeah,
my body woke me up and said, you're angry. And it elevated so quickly that it was absolutely weird. Originally, I wasn't going to say anything and just go to work, but then I said, okay, Trent's here. He knows about my stuff. Let me talk to him and see how it makes me feel, and it made me feel worse. I was like, son of a gun, that's not good. So, the main reason why I've been dragging my feet on the psychiatrist thing is that as of late, because of how well I've been doing at work and how much appreciation I've been getting from my managers and co-workers, I thought, well, that's my largest source of stress. You know, let me just get through that, and then I will, oh wow, it's still playing. I think you're like 10 seconds behind.
that doesn't surprise me.
But, so at first I was like, well, let me see what having all this appreciation does for my overall temperament. And, for the most part, it was doing good, but, you know. The only thing that made me embarrassed was how, like, my parents reacted to it, but that's always gonna embarrass me. I always feel bad when I feel bad because my mom and dad already have to fight this whole, like, giving birth to so many kids with disabilities deal. Every time I have struggles and emotional problems, it's kind of feel like they have to feel it too, because then they have to sit there and go home to themselves and live it all over again about, like, oh, you know, why couldn't he be normal? Why did I have to? Not that they've said this to me, but well, actually, my mom has kind of said it to me, just not recently.
It makes me feel bad because, like, you know, I finally I never thought I was a kid with disabilities. know, mine are mostly mental though. And I always like empathize with you, but I never really understood. Now that I'm in a situation where I have to almost try to prove it, and people don't believe it's real, and now my dad has to come in like acceptance from it. It started to make me feel bad. Like, have I let my parents down by being like this? They did something wrong. It's all this. It's rough. It's hard enough to mentally handle the fact that you have differences from other people that are big differences.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with all the other stuff that attaches with it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely one of those things. Like, the one thing that's nice for my problem is that people can see my problem. And, you know, as much as I worry about people getting to the point where they're like, man, he takes advantage of me, or whatever, because I always worry about that kind of thing. That does not happen so much as... Oh wow, that's awesome. That was a three for. That just happened like 10 seconds ago or something. Anyway, so like, my other thing is, in my own head, like, and we've talked about this, and how erroneous this actually is, but, because it matters so much to me to be, helpful and successful and, basically, like, overcome this stuff, when there are certain issues that I absolutely cannot budge on, like, you know, just because I want to, that's when I start feeling like, you know, really bad. Like, I actually use the term a lot in my head, like subhuman, and really, really, really bad stuff. And before it was just me being really, really sad that, you know, I used to use the term monster, which, believe it or not, probably isn't as bad as subhuman.
I've used the term monster for myself sometimes too.
Just because things like, all that. I basically have to be really well taken care of to react to it. And like I've been saying, this is the first time that my emotions decided to take control of me. That doesn't usually happen. Usually I know why it happened, and I can stop it and keep control of it. And you actually have probably a lot of experience with something like that, but you with now.
I definitely have had the sad for no reason and certain feelings for no reason. It hasn't been for quite a while though. Normally I'm almost in an always depressed state.
Yeah.
That's just because of my body image issues right now. But...
Right. So, you know, main reason why a psychiatrist is primarily because they are also capable of diagnosing what I have. So if they're the same kind of psychiatrist that can both be a psychologist and psychiatrist, and I can get a quicker diagnosis on what might be going on with me, then I can very quickly get into some kind of rotation, some kind of schedule for medication and see how that goes. And it will mean that I have to start probably putting more money into Medicare Part B so I can get medicine, but at this point there's no illusions left that I don't want to at least try to see what happens to me on medication.
Because I hope it works better for you than it does for me, because I'm one of those weirdos that medication does the opposite.
All the negative side effects and making you feel worse.
Yeah, it makes you feel more suicidal, more depressed, way less energy. Like, the side effects are like the side effects to the extreme. And that's a shame because, you know, I would love to be able to have that. The only time that I ever feel good and unrestrained is when I'm on things like Oxycontin.
Right.
And like my mother was just so hopeful that we could find something that made me feel that way that wasn't, you know, that strong of a drug. But
not to mention addictive.
yeah.
Because eventually it's going to stop working as well as it is the first time you take it.
But you know, it's banana depression has never been that way for me, and I am sad because I would love something that would help boost me up so that I wouldn't have to struggle to keep myself afloat all the time.
Yeah, I would love it too because, you know, it hits us the hardest.
I really hope it does work for you. That way, you know, it works for one of us, and I get to, you know, hopefully see you happy again.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. With what I have now, like when I'm happy, I'm extremely happy. So like when I get things like getting addicted to League of Legends, I play it a lot and I want to play it a lot because it makes me feel amazing. Like I probably feel as good on playing League of Legends as some people feel like doing physical activities. You know what I mean? Like, pretty fantastic. So, like, I do love that part of it, and I also love how much I can empathize and really feel people. But, you know, at some point, I have to just say, like, okay, it's not worth risking waking up one day, deciding that I don't need to wake up the next day.
Yeah.
And I know you know how that feels, so...
Yeah, I could be fine, like, it's funny to me that I can be fine and, like, happy at the beginning of a day, and then by the end of it being like, oh man, if I could just ram something into my chest. So weird.
I know exactly how that feels. I do. But partially because that's what I believe I have, the borderline personality disorder. You know, it doesn't take much to go from being super happy to completely depressed and ashamed. So, like, that's why at first when I was put on my Facebook post, I kind of wanted to go to work, because the last time I was feeling that miserable of any way, in shape or form, when I went to work and started helping customers, I stopped thinking about how angry or upset or depressed. In the one case, it was actually the time I told you guys about where I was, like, absolutely dead set, like in my brain, it was going to happen, that I was going to make plans to at least hurt myself, if not physically kill myself. And I went to work, and once I started helping customers, it was gone. So, you know, it's like, that's what's so frustrating. Like, there are times when I know if I just stick it out, I can get past it. And then there are other times, like yesterday, where no matter what I tried to do and what thoughts I tried to have, my body was just like, no, this is how you're going to feel today. Yeah. Oh, you would not have loved to be there. In fact, my throat is still recovering from the Scream Fest that I had.
Aww.
I've never actually gotten to a point where, before that, I'd never actually gotten to a point where it was like, the only way to release how angry I am is to scream at the top of my lungs. And then I got further infuriated because that did not work.
Hey, Collin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be right back. We're gonna go ahead and bury Squirtle.
Okay.
But I should be back in like 5 or so minutes. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll stay on the feed. I'll wait for you.
Okay.
Just let me know when you're back, because I'm going to mute my mic in the interim.